Yo, what's up? It's Anytime Take Care. Today we're here with a NBA players tier list, and there's I don't know 75 guys on this list. I'm gonna try to speed it up and just get all the players that really like Zay Thomas, C tier, Bledsoe, C tier. I'm not really gonna explain these guys, but the the guy once we get to this area, I'm actually gonna put them in order. Like Lou Will, go down the list here. Just guys who really should not be on this list. This is a good tier maker if you guys want to do this. It's called NBA Players Tier List Maker. Lance Stevenson, there we go. There's another guy. C tier is just going to be players who do not deserve to be here. Dwayne Wade doesn't even play anymore. Okay. Alright. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go B tier. Harrell. Guys that are on here but are not the best, really. Markkinen. Collins should be A tier. Aiden's A tier. Dirk is here. I didn't even see him. Kyle Lowry should be A tier. Paul Millsap should be B tier. Aldridge B tier. Horford B tier. Kuzma A tier. Porzingis A tier. Nurkic A tier. Capella A tier. Aaron Gordon. From here and then from there. Alright. Gary Harris. Oladipo. The only reason Oladipo's here is because he's been injured so much. Steven Adams. Myers Leonard. His career's over. Has been over since his racist comment. Bogdanovich. There's a lot of great NBA players in the league right now. Valanciunas. Valanciunas is very underrated. Derrick Rose, Dragic. He's taken over in a few Nets games already. Westbrook. Hate to put him in there. I'm a Thunder fan. Jordan just is not the same player he was. Griffin, same thing, not the same player he was. Boogie, not the same player he was. Kemba, not the same player he was. Vucevic doesn't deserve to be any higher than A. Gasol, I don't even think he plays anymore. Gallinari, I think he deserves to be in that tier. Again, I'm just trying to really get through all the guys that are really just not deserving to be here. Alright, that puts us down to a good amount of players. Bunch of guys who can really put together, I believe. Draymond, missed you, buddy, but a little bit higher. Alright, I'm going to start off S tier, CJ McCollum. Now, only S tier because he's so limited on what he can do as a player. Go with his teammate S tier, Brandon Ingram. He's pretty much a demigod, but he just hasn't shown that next step. Buddy Hield I didn't put there. Malcolm Brogdon, he's one of those guys who will never average 30. He'll always have a measly 28, 5, and 1.5. Be a great great sixth man or a great starting point guard for a championship team, if he will ever get on a championship team. Ben Simmons, can't put him any higher. He hasn't played a lot. Um, Julius Randle. He's really picked it up at the end of the season, but other than that, nothing much. Drew Holiday. He's a great player in a very good Big Three. A classic Big Three now because they won a championship. Same thing with Middleton. He's in that tier. Levine in that tier as well. I think Levine and Middleton are pretty similar players. Allen. He's a very prototypical center, but some great things ever since he got in the league, really. Ooh, hurts me to say this, but it's a bonus. Sabonis is a guy who I think can make it to this tier, but he's getting old and he's on a bad team, so same thing with this guy, his teammate. Next up, I'm gonna go. That might okay. I'll go Lonzo and Jamal Murray and Pascal. Lonzo never gonna make that scoring jump. Jamal Murray never gonna be great on defense and never gonna be the best scorer on his team. And then Pascal never gonna be able to be elite at anything. He's somewhat of an elite defender, I'll give him that. Also, Gobert and Conley, teammates. Gobert is just defensive presence that can get rebounds. That's pretty much it. He's never going to make that scoring jump again. Mike Conley. I think Mike Conley is a terrific player to have for a team that has a lot of cap room. Very young team that needs a point guard. I think he's a terrific player for that. Like you put him on, I don't know, you switch him and Derek White on the Celtics. I think they turn into a championship team right away. All right, now we're gonna start getting into this. Actually, two more players. Just keep seeing players after I say I'm done. Harris, very inconsistent. Jackson doesn't score enough, doesn't pass well enough to handle the ball well enough, but outstanding defender. And a great guy below the rim, and then somebody who can stretch the floor. Alright, now I think we have all the players we need. Alright. Yes, Andrew Wiggins did sneak into this list. Alright. First off, I'm going to go LeBron. The best. I'm going to put about 5 players in this. I don't think he's number 1. We'll see who's number 1. Let's go Wiggins. Let's actually get him out of the way. S plus. I think he's the worst S plus player on this list. Let's go Spida. Spida. High, middle S plus player. Luka. I believe Luka is a top 5 player in the league just because of he's elite at everything on offense. He's elite at rebounding too. The only knack on his game is his defense, which he is not absolutely awful at. I'm gonna go Giannis S plus, or the best, sorry, and he's the best player in the league, I believe. Next up, we're gonna go D-Book. Where did I just put D-Book? Oh no. Oh, I lost D-Book. Where'd he go? Did he just not go? Did I put him in this list? Did he just, there he is. Alright, D-Book, S plus. Hate to put him in there, but he's just not the best yet. He's not in that category. Bam. I actually think I messed up and I didn't put him here. I'm gonna put him S tier. Um, Dame. Out of these players, Dame is up here. I'm gonna start putting these players in order. Kawhi. Now, if he was playing, I think he would be in this tier, but he's been hurt a lot the past 5, 6 years. Besides that one championship run, let's go Jimmy. Jimmy's better than Wiggins, and I think Jimmy's better than Spida. Actually, I'm gonna change that answer because I think Spida is a better scorer than Jimmy. Next up, let's go James Harden. People really do sleep on James Harden. I think him and Embiid are just, it's probably one of the best 1-2 duos ever already. Next up, DeRozan MVP candidate. I have to put him at this spot because he's just been outstanding this year, and he's been pretty sure he's leading the league in clutch points in the fourth quarter. It's the type of player you want. Chris Paul. I think he's right behind Kawhi. I think he manages the game like nobody else. His mid range is pretty much automatic. He gets 10 assists a night. It's probably, when I think of a point guard, I think of Chris Paul. That's the guy I want if I want to pick a point guard to manage the game around the best players. Next up, I'll go Cat actually. Now Cat's interesting. He just dropped 60 obviously, and I think he's better than these three guys. He's probably the best shooting center in the league, which I don't know, it's not that hard to do. He's just outstanding. Dribbling, passing. Defense is pretty good too at his time. Right now in Minnesota is pretty good. But yeah, Cat's around the 13 range for best players for me. Next up, I'm actually on Nikolai Jokic. He's going to go in my best players tier list. And I'm actually going to go right back at it with Embiid. I think these two players really 5A and 5B. I'm not going to tell you 4. Actually, 3 is yet. 5A and 5B as best players. Embiid, most dominant players in Shaq. And Jokic, best, pretty much a point guard in a 7-footer's body, playing center and playing like a center and a point guard combined. Playing like Magic Johnson and Luka Doncic or Chris Paul actually with the weird jumper. Next up, go Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry's right here. I'm actually going to move Dame back just because he hasn't played this year. Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time, obviously, and the Warriors play very bad without him. They're actually horrific without him. Next up, I'm going to go his normally talked about friend here, Kyrie Irving. I think when Kyrie's on the floor, he's best point guard in the league with Luka Doncic. He's by far the most efficient player at the point guard position, and he's close to the most efficient, tied with the Greek Freak up here. Next up, I'm going to go Clay. He is the lowest player on this list for sure. S plus. Why is he hasn't been his normal self since coming back from injury, but I'm glad he came back. Next up, I'm going to go AD. Now, I think AD would be Giannis-like if he did not get injured. I'm going to put him right behind Shaq. Or in front, I guess. Okay, right behind Shaq. Sorry. Carl Anthony Towns' cat. And Anthony Davis was supposed to be like the next Greek freak. He could dribble, he could do everything. He's a outstanding defensive player. But he's got looks like chronic ankle problems, and it's just going to keep him out of the game for a while. Hopefully, he gets that fixed over the offseason. Doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs. Next up, Paul George, one of my favorite players of all time. I think once he comes back, he'll be in this. Once he comes back, he should be in this range. But right now, I'm going to put him here. He is an outstanding defender, off ball, on ball. Guards the team's best player. He was like a 40% three-point shooter at OKC in his MVP year. Well, runner-up MVP, I should say. He can do everything on the offensive end. He's a great player. I think he's definitely up here when he's healthy. Next up, I'm going to go with the guy I was talking about earlier. At the 3 spot in the whole league, I think he is not better than these two players. Overall wise, all around wise, I think KD does a good job being available for games. I think the two guys in front of him actually do a better job. KD's the best scorer in the league, not the best defender, but he's still a, I wouldn't say elite, but a little bit below elite defender. So for that, I think Giannis is pretty much averaging 30 points. I think it's 12 rebounds, 5 assists, somewhere around that. Don't have the numbers right in front of me. He's also averaging 2 blocks, 1 steal. And those are just crazy numbers. LeBron's LeBron. He's leading the league in scoring at 37, I believe. Nobody's doing that, and that's why he's here. Trae Young, very controversial player. I think he is right above Dame. He's dropping 30 and 15 a night on a bad team, so he's somewhat stat padding. But he's still dropping 30 and 15. Nobody else does that. Jason Tatum on the hottest team in the NBA, record wise and like recency wise, I guess you'd say. They have the best defense in the league. Tatum has been so much more efficient since the All-Star break, and I think he belongs way up here in this range. I'm going to put him right here. He's the best player on a championship caliber team, and he is a real problem on the offensive end, and now he's an elite defender. So, cap it off, we got the best S plus, which is pretty much top 25 players right here, pretty much. Top 50 now, top 75, top 100, and then just guys who shouldn't have been there. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a pretty long video, and just like, comment, all that stuff, subscribe. Thank you for watching.